entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back. So we got the BattleMage this time. So or my take. So we're gonna start off as usual, head over to the church from the first steps, grab our smithing stone, head over to the gate front, grab that grave so we can get our torrent. Skip through this dialogue as fast as you can. Or enjoy it if this is your first playthrough. Make sure you grab the map over here so you can see what you're doing. And then we're going to go grab the web blade. It's going to start pretty similar on all these videos. This first part is always going to be pretty similar. Just to show you where we're at. We're over here at the gate front for new players. Back to the church. And this is where you're going to get your free spirit bell and your wolves. Wolves, plural. And okay, so now we're going to go grab a, we're down here like just below the first steps. You can hop down the cliff there, and we're going to grab a gold pickle foul-foot here, which we will use later. But this one's free, so we might as well grab it. It's right here at the beginning of the game. Gold pickle foul-foot. And then we're going to hop out of there. We're going up, we're going to kill this guy. And I'll show him on the map here in a second for golden bow. And he will drop, it's an Ash of War. So we got our golden vow, Ash of War. We're going to use that later. Gives you a significant damage boost to everything, including magic. This is where he's at on the map. So then basically right underneath him is these catacombs. So we're going to come to the Death Touch catacombs. They're literally, you see they're right there on the map. Just underneath him. It's just underneath the cliff that he was up on top of. I'm going to show the map quite a bunch here. Here's the Uchi, so we're going to grab our katana. So we can later on have two on a class that's not a samurai. So we'll explain that later. So here's a Bloody Slash. We're going to use that later for one specific thing. And then really the big reason we're here is for the Dectus medallion, the left half. You can use your wolves here. We've had a lot of questions on, you know, how am I supposed to do all that without Hoarfrost Stomp? How do I deal with this stuff early game? Guys like that, you can just check and see. If you can use your spirit ashes, use them. They'll help it make it a breeze. So here's the third church on the map. That's where we're heading to next. It's directly north of where we just were at 4 height. And grab a sacred tear and our flask. So we'll get more into the flask later. Once we have some tears for that we actually want to use. For now, if Torrent wants to come out, there we go, then we're gonna go just like right behind the third church here, just north of it. There's a body of water here, a little pond, and there's a way gate that we're gonna take, and that will take us to the far east part of the map, east of Limgrave, and we're gonna kill this scarab here for a Somber Stone 8. I'm gonna show it on the map, don't worry. So when you come in from that way gate, you're gonna come all the way south down the road, from that northeast part to where I'm at here on the map, and you can't miss this giant structure here that I'm next to. Then we're gonna ride down to the bottom of that structure down some tree roots and grab a Somber Smithing Stone 9, which we'll use later. Same exact spot, like I said, you just jump down some roots from where you killed that that scarab up top. And then we're gonna come and get in the swamp. We're gonna come get a really overpowered early game staff because it has S scaling and with int, and it's available right here immediately. So we're gonna grab this meteorite staff. Just insanely overpowered for early game. It's a really good go-to for, you know, right off the bat. Then right next to it here in the swamp is Rock Sling, which is actually boosted by that staff, this particular type of spell. So they work very well together. Grab them. Then you're going to come grab the Dectus medallion, the right half, at Fort Ferreth over here, which, again, you should have some of these Sites of Grace over here from your ride down after you took the way gate from the third church. And then we're going to grab a talisman that we're going to use, one of the best talisman in the game, right down here in Fort Ferreth as well. Hop over here on this little thing, roll past these rats, and right here, the Radagon Sword Seal. That's going to give you some incredible stats early on, and something you're really in need to, and then you're going to get taken to the round table for the first time. The Redagon Sword Seal is going to give you, I mean, strength, 5 dexterity, vigor, endurance, a lot of like 20 levels, I think, worth of stat points, which early game now is just, it's invaluable, you know. So throw that on immediately, come back here, grab your Ashes of War, put it on your katana, the blood Ash of War that we grabbed, the Bloody Slash. You're going to go Blood Affinity on with the Bloody Slash Ash of War, and now you have a katana. You can go ahead and put it on. Now you have a katana with Blood Slash, so that'll make killing stuff easier, and we have our Redagon Sword Seal. So then we're going to go back just north of Fort Fairth and grab this Memory Stone. Just one more spell slot, which on a mage is nice. It's right here in Len's Rise, so it's like just south of where that Waygate brought you in from the Third Church. And then we're going to go around the right side of the castle in Limgrave and grab that Academy Scroll. And once we're up here, we're going to also start making our way across here. We're going to grab this Dexterity Not Crystal Tier, which is nice. Dex is nice if we're using katanas. Early game, I mean, you'll find better tiers later, but it's very accessible, easy. And just west of the Academy here is where we're going to get the key. So if you, at any point, if you need to see these maps, just pause the video and you can see exactly where on the map. I try to spend some time in the map so you can see the view from further out and then a zoomed in view. So this key will let us in the Academy later. And then we're going to keep riding up that west coast up to this Site of Grace here. You're going to want this for later, the Site of Grace, next to this giant blacksmith. And it's up there on the northwest coast of Liurnia. And so then just below that, like down on, you know, if you were to, like, you can't jump down the cliff, you kind of have to ride down around from the way you came up. You see on the map here, just below where that blacksmith is the next tier we're going to grab. So there's a bunch of these creatures here that you want to avoid, but definitely come grab the Intelligence Not Crystal Tier. It's 10 additional intelligence for 3 minutes. Early game, it's insane. So use your wolves and destroy this. I mean, a lot of people were asking me how to deal with this boss too with the katana. It's like once you break their stance and stagger them once, it's so easy. It's the Crystal Tunnel here on the map, so it's on the like east coast of Liurnia. And so there it is on the map. You go in there, you get the Smithing Bell 1, so now you can buy unlimited 1 and 2 smithing stones. Then we're gonna come deal with Patches. You can kill him and get his bell and take it back, or if you just get him to half health here, he'll surrender. And if he does that, then you just travel back to the Murkwater Cave Site of Grace, you know, from his boss arena, and then run back into his arena real quick, and he will be like set up shop, and you can buy stuff then. So pop some runes if you have them to get at least 6,800. Not mandatory, but nice to get some extra gold pickle foul feet here. You're going to spend 5,000 on Margit Shackle. We'll explain that later. It basically makes the first major boss immobile for a period of time. And then you're going to spend 1,800 on the gold pickle foul feet, which is why we need the 6,800. So you can buy the 3 gold pickle foul feet, because I'm going to show you a kind of a glitch right now where you can dupe this dragon multiple times. So if you wanted to grab a bunch of extra levels, those foul feet will save you a lot of time later. We'll get into that in a little bit. So then we're going to come up here to the southeast part of Liurnia, and there's a Waygate right here in these purified ruins. So right there on the map, you come where I'm at and go through this Waygate, and it's going to be the fastest way. I mean, you can ride over there the long way, but it's the fastest way to this south gate of the Academy. So it's the fastest way to get into the Academy, basically. So then we use our little key, our Academy key you just saw, to get into the Academy. We're going to run through up to this point here, and from this grace, you just follow these. It's a really short run here, obviously, to grab this scroll, and I'll show you later what spell we're getting that for, but very, very good spell there. And then from the exact same Site of Grace, the Schoolhouse Classroom, you're going to follow this path. So instead of going left here, you go right, as if you were going to head over to the Wolf of Radagon boss fight, which we're not yet, and then just follow my path here, and I'm going to show you where there is another really good spell that we can grab. So here there's an invisible wall on your left, illusionary wall, whatever you want to call it, and through the illusionary wall we have a chest, and in there is Comet. So another really good spell. I believe got buffed in the patch, the 1.03 patch. Then we're going to go all the way back to the church site of grace and follow my path here. You're not going to go, you know, back to the way that you originally went to get to the next site of grace. You're going to break a right here where I just did, jump down, and you're going to grab the Carrion Knight set. And then you're going to stand right on the edge here and wait for them to put their 2 arms up and grab you. You have to be right on the edge though, so they knock you off. And then when they knock you off, the fall damage will like all transfer to them, so they'll die from the fall because you'll be mid-grab and you'll survive. Now you can always just go to the elevator the long way. This is just a faster way to get onto this elevator that you had taken up before. So then once you do that, you want to purposely get eaten here by this Virgin Adductor. And when you do, it will teleport you to the Volcano Manor, which is pretty cool because it gives us access to some early, some really easy early somber smithing stones. So just follow my path here. I speed it up, you know, when it's kind of me just running, or you know, like a regular smithing stone 6 there we don't really need. And then I will slow it down here to when we're actually picking up, so you can see. So like here we'll slow it down, and you see this is the somber smithing stone 6 on this roof over here. And then you're going to, I'm going to speed it up because then we're going to run up these little stairs here. And then, you know, I'm just showing for the sake you can kill him. But newer players, obviously, you know, if you're a little under level and stuff, you can just crouch sneak and wait for him to go by. When you get up here, break a right. And then I'll slow it down again. And this is our Somber Smithing Stone 5. And there's a 7 over here we're going to grab in a minute, but I'm going to show you a trick you can do first. So we'll open up the shortcut for the bridge here, and then I started to decide I was going to go there, and I was like, no, I'll show you this trick, because I was on the fence on whether or not I'd show you guys this. So you come in here and start this fight, right? If you quit out of this boss fight, if you inch up just ever so slightly until you see the prompt for the Traverse the Mist, and do it that way, then you won't be able to run. You have to kind of like loop around a little bit to run forward, and you'll notice that the boss isn't aggroed. So you can come in here and get a free, I think, pop your one of those gold pickle Foulfoot that we talked about, and then just go to town on him, and his AI will not trigger at all. So you can just, you know, do whatever you want and kill him as quick as you can. With the bleed procs from our Blood Affinity Katana, it should be pretty quick work of him. And then with the gold pickle Foulfoot, you'll get some extra runes here. And there you go. So 65,350 runes. So that's just a bunch of, I mean, like I said, there's another way to get runes later, but it's just a little bit slower. So this is a really fast way to get 65,000. I wanted to show it. It's up to you whether or not you want to save that boss for later and fight him legit, or you want to do it like this. For new players, I wanted to give the option and show it. So this is where we were going originally, before I decided to go show you that. And this is a Somber Smithing Stone 7. Definitely grab that, because the next Smithing Stone 7 you find is going to be hard to find. Give that bell bearing from the boss in the Crystal Tunnel. And you're going to buy 12 of each of Smithing Stone 1 and 2, and then a dagger. I'll explain the dagger thing in a minute. So then you're going to level your katana up as high as you can, which will most likely be +6 from the Smithing Stone 1 and 2 you just bought. And then you're going to put the Golden Vow Ash of War we grabbed earlier onto your dagger, because it's a really lightweight weapon that we can throw that Ash of War on and just keep with us. So this is the stats I did. You can kind of do whatever you want here, but this is highly recommended. You know, throw some vigor and endurance, but like necessity, you have to get to 13 dex and 23 intelligence, so that with the Redagon Sword Seal you have the 18 dex requirement and the 12 strength requirement for the Moonveil that we're going to be using later. So then you're going to come back to this giant that I told you grab that grace. Just saved you a bunch of time basically to get back here quickly, and buy any Somber Smithing Stone 1 through 4 that you're missing. So make sure you have one of each. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, and 1, 4. Come over here, use your Blood Slash to get Hoarfrost Stomp. Even though it's nerfed, I'll explain why in a minute. And here it is on the map. Basically, we're using it for the cold affinity, so we can scale our katana with magic damage. It's a really easy. Head over to the Grand Lift over here. You see, so I can get up to the Altus Plateau. That's what those two Dectus Lift medallions were for. When you get up to Altus Plateau, make sure you grab this Perfumer's Grotto on your way up to the sealed tunnel. and head in the sealed tunnel and grab this other, the second smithing stone bell bearing. So then we're going to come back, we're going to equip a gold pickle foulfoot. We're back here at Fort Ferrith, and we're going to start killing this this sleeping dragon. So once you see his health is really low, you know, below 15-20%, I'd pop that pickle foulfoot, and then as soon as you see him twitch like that, when he dies, you see his tail twitch, immediately turn around and ride back to the grace and get on and hit as fast as you can. If you do it right, you'll see when we stand up, we get the 65,000 runes, and he's still there, so you can repeat it as much as you want. So you can level as high as you want. Come back, turn in your second miner's bell, and you're gonna, same as before, you want 12 of each of the smithing stone 3 and 4 now. So make sure you got 12 3s and 12 4s, and then that will take you all the way up to a plus 12 katana. So anything extra you've got rune wise, I would just throw it in intelligence for damage. If you need more life, do that, whatever you want, really. This is where we throw that Hoarfrost Stomp for the cold damage, and we add some intelligence scaling and magic damage to our katana. So that's going to be our offhand. So we're going to come back to the Siofra Riverwell, basically, rest at that site of grace, and then we're going to teleport to the Perfumer's Grotto. That's why I told you to grab it before. As soon as you load in, you see I quit out as soon as you load in, and now you notice that we're in the Eternal City, the No-Crown Eternal City, and we can run up the stairs to the left and grab the Great Shield Soldier Ashes, which are incredible. So then use them, beat up this Pumpkinhead. I think this is the best Spirit Ash for a casting build, or you know, like a Faith or Intelligence build. Give all your scrolls here so that you can go ahead and buy the Glintstone Comet Shard. Remember I told you earlier I'd show you what that scroll was for. This spell is a really good spell for early game. So then we're going to go to the Gale Tunnel and kill this Magma Worm for our endgame weapon. If you summon your shield soldiers and stuff, it's not that hard of a fight. And now we have a Moonveil. So, and you'll see here in a second, we have the means to make it a +9 Moonveil, which is insane damage-wise. Let me show you on the map. So the Gale Tunnel, you have to come from this entrance on the right, and then here's the rear tunnel entrance where there's a Site of Grace right next to the boss door. So if you die, you have a Site of Grace right there next to that Magma Worm boss door. So go back, and this is why we grabbed all those Somber Stones, right? Is we can have a +9, which normal smithing +25 is the max, but +10 is the max for special weapons. So, you know, anything that uses Somber. So now we have, you know, a weapon that's 1 away from max and does insane damage. So then we're going to come to this this spot right here I'm showing on the map, and we're going to kill this Carrion Knight and get Great Blade Phalanx. So now we've got another really good spell that basically auto targets people. So then we're going to come and kill the Surgery Avatar, and he's going to give us the remember I told you we'd find a replacement crystal tier that was better. We're going to grab this Magic Shroud and Grag tier basically, and throw that in with our intelligence crystal tier. Showed this on the map where this Surgery Avatar is. He's right up here in the northeastern part of Liurnia, and make sure you immediately throw that on. It's like 20% additional magic damage, which includes your weapons and stuff. I bought a lantern. You don't have to. I recommend it from the nomadic merchant at the very southwest, like right when you first get into Liurnia, into the swamp area. Bought that from him before I came in here, and it'll help you. I mean, you don't use it. I used it for the sake of, you know, the full video guide to show people how I was getting through. Again, you know, summon your shield soldiers and come through here. This is where the Crystal Cave is on the map. Kill those 2 bosses. It's not a very hard fight, and then ride the elevator up, and there's a ladder, and we're going to grab a spell that is going to boost all of your magic damage, Terra Magica. It's going to boost all of your magic damage, whether it's from your weapons or spells that you cast, by a very significant amount. So then we're going to come here, and we're finally going to kill the Red Wolf, and again, you can use your soldiers if you want, the shield soldiers, but you're just going to do so much damage at this point that it's ridiculous. And then here is the route you're going to take for the helmet that we're going to grab. That's going to give us 6 intelligence. So it's basically the helmet that all these guys have on. It's going to give you +6 intelligence, which, you know, early game is huge damage wise for us. Anywhere that we can get intelligence or stack, you know, flat magic damage like multipliers, we want to. So just follow this route here. You'll see I stop off and grab an imbued sword key that you can use at the Fort Belfries and stuff later. But that's why you see me loop around here to the right to grab this, just to show you guys where that's at. It's not necessary, but I recommend grabbing it while you're here so you don't have to run this whole rooftop again later. And yeah, you're gonna one-shot pretty much everything, by the way. Now with that Moonveil, it's insane, it's disgusting. And then over here, you just kill this little crab, and there's your Twin Sage Glintstone Crown. So you've got, you know, +6 intelligence with that on. Now you can go and start the game, your first boss, and just absolutely beat him up. Use your shield, guys, you know, whatever you want if you're a new player. But as you can see in the video, it's that shackle holds him down. That's why we bought Market Shackle, and you can just go to town. So that's pretty much the video. I'm going to kind of just go over, you know, what I did here with this build, and so you can kind of take it and run with it at this point. You know, we have a Moonveil +9, and you just look at the damage on it is insane. The physical and magic, you know, 756 damage on a weapon, you know, right off the bat, when we're fully buffed. You know, 620 here unbuffed, and then 389 in our cold, which is also physical and magic, our cold katana. Offhand, which is only +12. It's going to do a lot more when we level it more. Meteorite staff, which is great early game. As soon as we kill Renala, we have access to one of the best all-around staffs in the game from her remembrance. And then a sacred dagger, which only weighs 1.5, so we can keep it equipped all the time and just switch to our you know, second dagger and cast Golden Vow. Carry in knight armor if you want to have some more armor. You know, grab whatever armor you want, you know, but it is a pretty good weight to armor ratio set, the Carrion Knight set, so you can use that if you want. We've got our Twin Sage Glintstone Crown, which adds 6 intelligence. We've got Radagon Sword Seal, which gives us, you know, 5 strength, 5 dex, 5 endurance, and 5 vigor. Just an incredible, you know, I use it the whole game on a lot of my runs. And then you have a flask where you get an additional 10 intelligence and 20% more magic damage, which for 3 minutes, which is insane, right? So any boss fight, it'll last the entirety. You know, and then we have I think the best ashes in the game, the Great Shield Soldier ashes. You know, once you level them up, they can go all the way up to +10. They're like tanks. They're almost unkillable, even in the very end game bosses. You know, you've got your intelligence crystal tier, your magic crystal tier. If you wanted to swap out when your intelligence gets to 80, which is a soft cap, throw in your dexterity crystal tier for some faster cast time. We've got Glintstone Comet Shard, you know, which is a pretty dang good spell. We got Comet, which is a pretty good spell. Terra Magica, which you've seen everybody uses for that huge magic boost, and you can even throw it down and use your katanas within there for an extra, you know, boost to your melee damage. You've got Great Blade Phalanx, which will pursue anything that comes near you. If you cast it ahead of time, it'll just pursue them automatically. And you've got Rock Sling, which has huge stagger damage, and with your Meteorite Staff gets a boost. And so, I mean, you're pretty set. You've got a lot of, and obviously, you know, you're starting Glintstone Pebble. You've got a Blood Slash Ash of War, and then our Hoarfrost Stomp Ash of War. So, you know, you can play pretty aggressively, you know, with this build, or you can cast. It's up to you. You've got all the tools now to do whatever you want. You've got 25 Vigor, which, like I said, you can always go more Vigor. You can go do that dragon as many times as you want. You could get to level 500 before you even touch anything in this game if you really want to sit there and grind that dragon. Mind, I would add a little more Mind if you're going to be casting a lot, especially. But it also might help a little bit because, you know, when you're using your Moonveil, you use your FP. Endurance is always nice if you want to throw on like the Veteran Armor set or something and go more just dual katana play style. Then I recommend a little Endurance for some better, heavier armor without being overweight. Strength, you don't need much. Dex actually increases your cast speed, so Dexterity is a great choice. You know, if you get your 80 intelligence and you're wondering where to go, Dexterity is a great choice, solid. And then obviously just get intelligence to 80 soft cap as fast as possible. When it comes to using your katanas, I kind of want to show real quick the kind of buff process. So you've got your Golden Vow, which increases all damage, you know, melee and spells. You've got your Terra Magica will increase, you know, anytime you're in that circle, if you bait enemies into the circle. The jumping attack, you see we jump and swing with both weapons at the same time instead of like a regular 1-2 like we just did here. That's, you know, and then you've got your special, you know, regular R1 attack and your special R2 attack with Moonveil, which is insane. And then my favorite is the crouch attack. So if you just press crouch right before you left bumper, then you'll swing both swords simultaneously. So it's a much faster animation. So when I play katana builds, I like the crouch attack and I like the jump attack because it's kind of a simultaneous. So that's kind of it. You know, do what you want with it and have fun. And we'll see you guys next on our faith build, which we're working on now.